Hello queens, hello ladies and gentle worms, and welcome back to my channel. Tonight, it's currently 10 o'clock at night, I'll be writing an essay for you guys, and pulling an all-nighter, but like hopefully not really, because I like my sleep. But yeah, so I have an essay to write. It's due tomorrow. 4 pages. I've got 2 sentences done, so yeah. So I don't know. I'm just jumping on this trend. Yeah, I'm gonna be writing an essay. You're gonna get to see a little inside look at how I write. So this essay is about obedience to authority. I should probably find the paper that has all the stuff on it. But I'm also way too lazy, and it's way too late for that, so that's fine. Yeah, so it's on obedience to authority, and the whole thing, the prompt I chose is I have to compare and contrast and say why and how obedience and disobedience led to the success of the Stanley Milgram experiment, which I'll probably explain at some point in this video, and then the Stanford prison experiment, and then Abu Ghraib. So yeah, so I have so far both obedience and disobedience are needed to maintain a healthy balance in both one's life and in a functioning society. However, when people engage in blind obedience, I can't think of the word. I want to use like reckless, but I feel like that's not. Maybe it's reckless. Rebellious? No. Maybe. I'll figure it out at some point. Or blank disobedience to the point of causing harm to oneself or other people, it becomes detrimental and can be a problem. And then I have this. This is shown in both the success of the Stanley Milgram experiment and the chaos caused by the Stanford prison experiment and the events at Abu Ghraib. Yeah, so that's my thesis. It's really bad. I'm gonna bolster it up later. I'm gonna find this paper actually. I should probably do that. It's in this pile of paper somewhere. I'm gonna look it up on my portal, see if it's there, because I hope it is. I'm sorry, I'm so out of sorts. Yeah, I've had a lot of late nights. Load. Figure yourself out, please. Oh, it's not even in the thing. I'm so sorry. I'll just find the prompt and hopefully I follow the directions. Don't do this at home, kids. Of course my Wi-Fi decides not to work at the exact moment like I need to write an essay, right? But I think I'm going to start with explaining what each thing is. I think, so the Stanford prison, the Stanley Milgram experiment. So the Stanley Milgram, wow, I really can't speak. So the Stanley Milgram experiment, so the whole gist of it is basically you had 2 people came in. And one was supposed to be like a teacher and the other one was supposed to be a learner, and they were learning like memorize like word pairs and stuff. And then there was like a scientist who was supposed to be running this experiment. So the learner was in on it, and the teacher was like actually the one that was being tested in this experiment, that they were testing the reaction. So what happened is there was like a switchboard and it had varying like electric shocks if you got the answer wrong. So it started at like 20 volts, which like hurts but isn't dangerous, up to like 450, which is technically, it's lethal. And then they like marked them all. And then what you did is they would read them and they would get them wrong, and you would shock them. And the scientist would tell the teacher that they had to shock the person that was learning it. And it was to see like, okay, well, how many people are going to go up to the 450 volts because they know that's lethal and stuff like that. So the whole experiment, the hypothesis was that only like the smallest 10% would go to that 450, and those would be like the sadists and the sociopaths. But over 50% of the people actually went all the way to 450, and these were all normal people. These were all just like bankers or business executives or cashiers. There was like a janitor or something. And so it was the point to see, are people going to be obedient to the point of possibly hurting somebody else? I don't even know what I was saying. Most people would go to the 450 if they were told to. So that was the whole thing. And then the Stanford prison experiment put college kids, college men in the 80s into two roles. They were either prisoners or guards, and it was actually like in a prison, like they did this experiment, and they were supposed to run for 2 weeks, and everybody was randomly assigned, and they were all like tested to make sure that they were mentally sound beforehand. And they actually shut the experiment down 6 days after it started because like the prisoners would have like no privileges and the guards would get all the privileges. So what the guards started doing is they started actually abusing the prisoners. They started beating them, they started being very mean to them, things like that. And it actually caused a bunch of the prisoners, several of the prisoners, to have like mental breakdowns and things like that. So obviously I'm not going to go super in depth because I have to write my essay about everything, but I do know that there is a Stanford prison experiment movie on Netflix. Hashtag sponsor me. But yeah, if you want to go watch that, it gives a little bit more of an idea, I guess, of like what the whole experiment was about. You can Google it too. There's a whole bunch of stuff on it. So the guy who ran that, and he also did a lot of research on an event at the place called Abu Ghraib camp, Abu Ghraib, which is Abu Ghraib. It was like a top CIA prison, army prison in Afghanistan, Iran, in the Middle East. And what happened is there were a lot of events that transpired there where U.S. Army soldiers were abusing the heck out of these prisoners and torturing them to get answers. And when it happened, it like rocked the whole nation. Like the government was like, oh my god, we didn't know about this, and things like that. So yeah, if you want to Google that, you can Google that too. I'm not sure if I would recommend Googling that if you're under the age of 16, or if you really don't like graphic stuff, because there's a lot of graphic stuff in that one. But yeah, so it's basically the success of obedience to the point of harming someone, or then disobedience and chaos, and how like a group mentality and the hive mind and peer pressure causes the technically obedience to disobedience of both the Stanford prison experiment and Abu Ghraib. So that's how I'm attacking this prompt, I guess. Yeah, so we're comparing what, oh, it's Baghdad. So Yeah, so basically, I have to compare and contrast what happened in the Baghdad prison with the Stanford prison experiment, and then also Milgram's electric shock experiments. And I guess the way I'm attacking this is when somebody who is above us, or a lot of people tell us something, we often believe that it's okay. We think that, oh, it's fine to do something because somebody older than us, or somebody with more authority, or somebody who we think is smarter than us, or somebody we look up to tells us that it's okay to do something. And yeah, so I guess that's how I'm attacking that. So I'm gonna So it's now 11 o'clock. I'm almost done with 2 pages, so I'm almost halfway down, that's a lie, it's a page and a half, it's not. It's almost halfway done though, and I know what I want to write now for the next bit. So I guess now I'm going to I summarized everything and started talking about how they relate to each other, and now I'm going to talk about my hive mind mentality point of view, which is where all of this blind obedience and both the Stanford prison experiment and Abu Ghraib were caused by the hive mind mentality and then pressure applied by people in a position of power. So the hive mind mentality is basically, oh, everybody's doing it, why shouldn't I do it? And the whole peer pressure thing is, well, okay, if somebody in a position of authority tells you that it's okay to do something or you should be doing something, you're more likely to do it because of that. So that's that. Yeah, it's 11:03 right now. So it's been a little over an hour. I think I did pretty well. I got a little distracted there for a bit. Finished my mac and cheese. Been listening to some good music. Yeah, honestly, I'm moving along. Hopefully I'll be done by 1. Another 2 hours maybe, max. Hopefully it'll be done quicker than that, but yeah. Catch up to you in a couple minutes. So it's now 12:06 in the morning. I got distracted again, but I finished some more and I have the last couple paragraphs already planned out, so I should be able to write this. I'm not sure. I just keep getting distracted, that's really what this is, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm tired now, but it's all fine. It's now 1 in the morning. I'm getting chilly now. I'm actually getting cold. It's kind of cold in my house. Not fun. But yeah, so it's 1 in the morning. I'm pretty much at 4 pages now. I have everything I need. I just need to expand everything to make sure that it fits to 4 pages, because I have everything that I've said that I need to say, which is fun. But yeah, so I'm just gonna work on that. Hopefully I'll be done by 1:30, and then I can finally go to bed and not die, because I'm so tired. But, well guys, I finished my essay. It's currently 1:30, which is great because that's exactly when I wanted to finish it by, so I can do something right. I guess the lesson we all learned here is don't procrastinate, because that doesn't do you any good. I love you all. Hopefully you enjoyed this journey with me. It wasn't super entertaining because I did it differently than I wanted to do it, but it's still pretty fun. I'm probably gonna post it, put some funny sound effects on it and make it look better. Yeah, follow me on my Instagram, it'll be on the screen. Yeah, like and subscribe and comment if you're having fun. I will start posting covers more often. I was sick, but my voice is better now, so that'll be fun, that'll be great. Comment down below if you have any ideas for covers that I want to post. Yeah, and I love you guys so much. Love you.